A boy.
So I wanted better for myself.
Yeah.
I knew my potential as a woman. I knew my potential in life, and I knew what I wanted to do with my life and what I wanted in life. And I wasn't going to settle.
Nor should you ever.
At
But
all.
I can only imagine like the complexity of having a child, but it seems like in a beautiful way, you finally hit that point where you just started to choose yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it was probably the best decision you could have made,
100%.
but it's so fucking hard to leave.
It was hard to leave. I remember I would cry every day,
Yeah.
every single day.
It's
I would
easier to
cry.
stay sometimes.
I would cry every day by myself. He wouldn't know I was crying every day, but I would cry every day, and I would say I hate my life. I don't want this. Like I don't want to be with him. Like I was losing my mind, and I was trying to figure out how I could leave and what I could do to leave. I didn't know what to do. Like we weren't even kissing anymore.
And when this ended, around how old were you? 22, 21?
21-ish?
21?
Yeah, about 21.
Okay, so now you're
I think.
24, right?
20, around, almost 21, I think.
Okay. So now you're 24 and you have all of this going on in your life. And then fast forward, this little show comes along called Love Island, and you decide to go on reality TV. In our hectic, fast-paced lives, we could use some slowing down. Haagen-Dazs is made to be savored and enjoyed slowly. Introducing new Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones, a completely new experience that's worth slowing down for. Daddy Gang, you've never had cones like this before, okay? They'll take crunch to a whole new level. Each crispy waffle cone is filled with the velvety smooth ice cream that Haagen-Dazs is known and loved for. Then it's finished with delicious toppings and a decadent bite of sauce waiting for you at the bottom of the cone, okay? Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones come in 4 delicious flavors: vanilla salted caramel, summer berry, triple chocolate fudge, and toasted almond fudge. Boom. Sign me up. You guys know that I have the most hectic days at the office. So when I get home, I love to grab a little treat, toss my phone away, and take a minute to myself. These cones are a must-have in my freezer. I'm obsessed with the summer berry flavor. It's fruity and it's sweet. And seriously, it always hits the spot. It's the perfect way to end a long, 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 stressful day. Ice cream just always hits the spot for me. And these Haagen-Dazs cones are truly the perfect treat. Savor your moment of slow with new Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones available at retailers nationwide. Call Her Daddy is brought to you by White Claw. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're way too hot to be spending the summer sitting inside scrolling on your phone. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop letting plans die out in the group chat. Grab a White Claw and go make some memories, okay? Whether you're yapping poolside, hitting a barbecue, or just kicking back around a fire, a cold White Claw goes perfectly with your summer plans. That's right, Daddy Gang. It is White Claw summer. 100 calories in 12 glorious ounces, gluten-free, and the taste you know and love. I like to pick up a variety pack so that I can guarantee everyone can get their favorite flavors. I am personally through and through always a black cherry girl, but Matt loves the mango and Lauren's favorite is lime. So there's truly something for everyone. It's time to come out of hibernation and stop leaving everyone on red. We're finding a guy with a boat and we're having a damn drink. My friends and I strictly drank White Claw for an entire girls' trip last year, and now I can't even smell sunscreen without being reminded of that trip. It was honestly the best time ever. There is nothing better than warm sun, a tiny bikini, tiny bikini, and an ice cold claw in your hand. That is peak life. Pick up a pack from your favorite local spa and grab life by the claw with your favorite flavor this summer. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer works. Chicago, Illinois. Tell me how the fuck that came to be. Because so, I'm literally like, holy shit, dude. Like, just
curveball.
Let's just all pause for a minute. Hearing the beginning half of your fucking life, dude, and then to where you're sitting right now, I know we have a lot of shit to go through. Yeah. I know we have so much to talk about of what the way the internet feels about how you acted and all these things. But like, this is the shit of why I love doing my job, because it's like, we know none of this. We've known none of this. We didn't know about your childhood. And I understand Love Island's not the platform to like be talking about this kind of shit. But when we're judging so intensely someone on reality TV, there's 19 million more chapters that we weren't privy to. And so I appreciate you even opening up a little bit today, because I know there's so much more to these stories and we're getting a preview. But thank you for sharing, because it does give a lot of insight into now what we are about to talk about.
Thank you for asking.
Of course.
Like,
okay. Love Island. How did this come to be?
So I always wanted to do the show. I was always a dream of mine to do the show. I just never knew if I was going to. I remember like when I would go, sometimes I would go on like TikTok live with like at the time, because I was doing social like gym content a lot of times. So I would go on, you know, live sometimes and just talk about gym stuff. And like everyone kept saying like, because sometimes I would say stories like about my dating life, because it's fun like to talk about it. And I would tell people about my dating life, but everyone's like, you should go on Love Island. I could so see you on Love Island. You should do Love Island. Everyone's pushing me for it, like, you should do Love Island. I was like, okay. I met this guy. That's how it all starts. I met this guy, and he knew that I wanted to do Love Island. And it ended up being just like a really toxic thing where it was like, he was not at all who I thought he was. He ended up trying to like rub in my face so they reached out to him. And because he knew I wanted to do it. And then I was like, he might do it. Why the fuck can't I do it? Because he told me it was dumb. So I was like, why the fuck can't I do it? You're rubbing it in my face. So I said, fuck it. I'll apply. I applied traditionally. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I did. And then I think like a month later or something, I had gone reached out to. I got reached out to shortly after that. But about a month later, I had my interview. Did that. Months later, another interview. Then I think it was like the final point where I met the producers. Since then, every week, like multiple interviews a week, multiple things I had to do. Then I remember I flew to Fiji, and I manifested this shit, bitch. I'm just like positive. I'm always trying to stay positive, even though regardless of how negative that situation was, like I was staying positive, and I was like, I'm going to have this. I would speak it into existence. Like, this is going to be my reality. I'm going to have this. This is what I'm going to do. And I was like, I kept telling myself, I'm going to be an OG. I'm going to be an OG. I kept telling myself that. I was like, I'm going to be an OG. And I remember I came to Fiji, they flew me out, and, you know, I had done all the interviews and whatnot and like all the filming prep work and whatever. And they're like, this doesn't guarantee you're on the show still. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I have anxiety. I'm just like, oh, I like to know things before they happen. And, you know, I'm sitting there, and then I get told, we want you in the first lineup. I was just like, my jaw on the floor. Like on the fucking floor, bitch. That shit was catching. That flies were flying in that hoe. And I was like, holy shit, my manifestations are coming true. And I get on the show, doing the whole thing. I think I had a lot of luck on that show in terms of how long I stayed. And I think that whole show is really luck. A lot of it is luck. America's Voting, luck. Like, it's luck. How they perceive you, luck.
Okay. Well, we're going to go back to the fucking beginning.
Let's go.
Because I didn't watch all these episodes for nothing, bitch.
Come on,
okay? And you didn't live it for
Let's
nothing.
do it, boom, chicka, boom.
Okay. Day one, couple up with Jeremiah.
Yeah.
What was your first impression of this man?
So when we first saw each other, I remember I thought everyone was really attractive. When he came in, he like, I could just, you know, when you can just tell when a guy really likes you, the way they look at you.
Yes.
I remember I was like, I went to go hug him, and like I tripped backwards, and he like pulled me in, and that like stuck with me. And I was like, it's like a movie. I was like, love it. You know, my childhood dreams are coming true. I remember in that point, and then, you know, we, you know, kissed in the heart thing, and, you know, he kissed a girl on the cheek, and I was like, like, why would a man not do that for me? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, period. Like, we love that. Everyone's like, do you not think that's a red flag? I'm like, damn, like, is that a red flag? I'm like, fuck. I'm like, am I tripping here? Because I'm so used to getting love bombed. At that point, when everyone's like pointing out to me, they're like, do you not think that's a red flag? And I'm sitting there in beach, and I'm just like, am I being love bombed? Like, is this not real? I'm like, is this like, am I tripping?
How would you describe your guys' dynamic in the first 24 hours? That first 24 hours off the rip.
Me and Jeremiah?
Yes.
Oh, lovey-dovey as fuck. Like, he was so into me. I was so into him. Like, even on chill days, like, we would always, like, blow kisses from across the room. Like, we would look at each other and be like, and, like, we would get yelled at, be like, stop interacting with each other. Like, we would do all those little hearts to each other, like, blow kisses. Like, we would sneak in the hallway to kiss each other, and, like, we would get in trouble. Like, we would do those things all the time. Like, we would kiss each other all over each other's faces and whatnot. It's very physical.
So you intentionally decided that you wanted to wait to tell Jeremiah about your
Yes.
daughter. Why was waiting important to you?
So I felt like in the dating world, in the real world, I think that people don't really see me as a person and like get to know me fully. I think immediately it's like mom, and you're just like, oh, she's a mom, she's a mom, she's a mom. I'm more than just a mom. Like I'm Huda. You know what I'm saying? Like there's more to me than just that. And I was taking this opportunity as a way for people to get to know me first, to decide if they liked me, and then go from there. There's people that have mom fetishes and shit all the time. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to let them get to know me first. And I said this on the show. I don't know if it was ever shown. I haven't watched it back. But like, I said all of these things.
One of the things that people online have kind of accused you of being slightly manipulative by hiding that part of your life from Jeremiah. Did you feel like you were leading him on and kind of setting up to fail by keeping this from him?
Not necessarily. Whenever we would have conversations and stuff, and I felt like he was liking me more and more and more as a person, I was like, okay, I can tell he really likes me, so I think this is the right time to tell him. I was terrified to tell him.
Why?
Because I really liked him. I was so scared. Like I was like, what is he gonna do? Like I hope he reacts well. I didn't want him to freak out. To be continued. But like, I was just but yeah, so I was just like, okay, I want it to be the right time to tell him. And I did bring it to his attention and we talked about it. I freaking stuttered a lot of the time I said it because I was so nervous. Like I was so scared to tell him. And yeah, I told him. He told me, he was like, honestly, I find it more attractive that your mom, da 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 da. Did I fully believe him? No. But I told him, I made sure to mention him. I was like, listen, if I'm telling you this, but you do not have to stay with me. I made it very clear. I was like, you do not have to be with me. It is okay for you not want to be with me. Like I just wanted to bring this to our attention. Like if you want to go explore, like by all means, just let me know, because I really like you, and clearly like we both really like each other. But if this is a deal breaker for you, just let me know. He's like reassuring me, like, no, like actually it's more attractive to me than your mom, like blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm letting him know, like, you can leave if you want to. And there's times where I brought that up to him when I could tell he was kind of switching the way he would treat me after I told him. And he would get defensive and be like, I can make my own decisions. I know what I want. Like, I can do that.
A huge debate on the internet is whether Jeremiah was the victim of Hurricane Huda or if you were the victim of Jeremiah's love bombing. Just if you had to give your immediate reaction, what is your answer?
I think that we both had faults in the relationship. Like, I don't think that anyone should fully take blame for anything, in all honesty.
Jealousy was a theme throughout you and Jeremiah's relationship. In the second episode, he was convinced that you got up to kiss someone during the blindfold challenge. And he was like, convinced. He kept asking you and asking you. And you were like, I swear to you, I didn't. He made you pinky promise, the whole thing. What red flags, if any, did that raise for you, or did that not freak you out?
It's so weird. I think I'm such a person where it's like I love giving reassurance, and I love making sure people are okay. And in that moment, I was like, oh my god, like, are you okay? Like, are you good? Like, are you okay? Like, I don't want you to feel, like I'm gonna do something to you. Like, are you, like, I promise I'm not gonna hurt you. Like, and I just wanted to make sure he was okay. Like, take care of him in that moment.
Do you see though that it's day 2 and you guys already having that level where it's like you're not closed off and you having to reassure him that you didn't kiss someone else? Like, that's fast.
Yeah, we moved fast.
Okay,
we did.
You spoke about how you like when guys are obsessed with you. How do you tell the difference between when that is healthy and then when that can lead to being problematic?
I think that, especially on the show, I think I've learned a lot more about how to differentiate the two. But I think there's a point of like obsession where it's like I've had moments in the past where like people are like, should I move to North Carolina? Should I stay here and not move to another city? Like, should I? And past me might have been like, oh my god, he likes me a lot. Like, wow. And then another part would be like, that's really crazy. Like, that's insane. Like, don't do that. When I say like being obsessed with me, it's more so like, okay, I like a man who like wants to hug me and like physical affection and stuff like that. I like a man who's like, no, like I want to make sure I'm taking her to do this and I want to make this little cute thing that's thoughtful for her and I want to do this for her. I want her to be happy and I want to show that I really like her.
Now looking back in those very early days, what red flags do you think you missed from Jeremiah?
Damn, I gotta reel it back. Shit, there's so much that has happened in that villa. It's like,
I know.
I mean, honestly, the whole thing with you told me the kissing thing.
Yeah.
Like, the people brought that to my attention. Like, that is a red flag. You know, just like from what I've seen is like when I'm having conversations with other people, like he's looking over too. Like, see things like that. You know, when, for example, before Pepe walked in, he was like, I'm not gonna be intimidated unless he's like a 6'3", like buff guy. Like, I'm not gonna be intimidated at all. Then Pepe walks in, and now it's like when he found out Pepe didn't really like me, that's why he befriended Pepe. And to make sure, like, that's what the guys would do. They would befriend each other so hard. I never had a shot. Like, it was not fair, like, at all. And now it's bro code. And I clocked all this shit. There's so much stuff that I clocked that proved me right when I saw like little edits and shit. I was like, oh my God, I wasn't crazy. Like, I wasn't losing my mind here. Girl, when the whole Iris thing happened, I think I was working out with Pepe and Hannah. And like at this time, I wasn't with Jeremiah. I wasn't with him. I remember he was in the kitchen. And I could just feel this man staring. Like, I could see him staring because Pepe was like helping me with my weights and stuff. And I could see this man staring from the kitchen. Like, I'm just like, I know he's looking at me right now. He does that.
Yeah.
He would do that.
Okay, whenever a new bombshell came into the villa and wanted to explore with Jeremiah, you had pretty intense reactions.
Yeah.
Even though you guys weren't technically closed off.
Yep.
Why were you getting so territorial?
I think because I was scared because of everyone doubting us in general. And it made me wonder, like, okay, what is he saying? And I'm like, should I be more possessive of this man? Like, should I mark my territory here? And, you know, I like, cause he told me like, you know, we're technically exploring the people, but like, you're the only person I want, like, da da da. And I'm like, okay, let me make it clear that like, we only want each other, but like, we're still open to exploring other people.
That's interesting. Okay, so basically you're trying to say you were feeling like other people were questioning you guys, so you thought
so much throughout the villa.
So you wanted to lean in more to prove like, no, look, we're good and we like each other, and you're almost like putting up a bigger facade. Not that it's fake, but it's like, let's play it up a little bit so they really believe us because we do like each other.
Yeah. I mean, there was even times where, I don't know if any of this was shown, like, for example, like me and Amaya, we're besties now. But like back then, I thought, because I heard that the bombshells watch before they come in, I thought that she knew me and Jeremiah were so like lovey-dovey, and she did that on purpose to piss me off. So at that time, I had thought that she did that to piss me off. So I'm sitting here like, this bitch, like, fuck this girl. Like, she knew that me and him were like all lovey-dovey. Like, how are you gonna fuck with somebody who like, you know, that is like super close with their person? Like, you're weird as fuck for that. And that's what I thought.